9 times the speed of sound. Roger.
Hey guys, very quick today do-it-yourself sort of tutorial about how to degrease an old dirty engine bay. Okay, now there's plenty of videos out there, there's plenty of ways to do it. This one is sort of on a budget. It's a very quick and easy way to sort of clean this up. Now, I went ahead and picked up a ton of stuff from the local store. I got, you know, the engine degreaser and clean up this, that, but the reality is, the easiest way to do this is using sort of, I use diesel. It's a very good parts cleaner actually. You don't need anything special for that. You can just go get it at the gas station and it does a pretty good job. So this is sort of what I'm working at right now. Okay, so I've already kind of done the first stage on both sides, and I'll show you what I mean. I do a 2-stage process, and you don't have to. You can do it, like I said, you can do it in a couple of different ways, but this works really well. So here, kind of very quickly, the tools you're gonna need. Like I said, this is a sort of low cost engine bay cleanup. Start off with a sort of couple of paint brushes. Just I picked this up at the Costco, but you can kind of get them anywhere. They're a couple of dollars, not a big deal. I use for the stage 1, I use a bucket of sort of diesel. So I use that to basically clean and wash the whole engine bay first, which really helps me kind of break down the grease and the dirt before I go into the stage 2. For stage 2, I really like this heavy duty cleaner, to be honest with you. Tough on grease and grime. It's very cheap. This was about, I think it was about $9. You can also resort to something like a specific engine cleaner degreaser kind of thing. There's a bunch of different ones out there that you can get. I would recommend getting sort of the cheapest thing, because if you've done stage 1 properly, these guys don't really have to do a lot of work. So you don't have to use a whole lot. You don't have to do anything really all that crazy. You're gonna need some rags. That's pretty obvious. Now, as far as equipment goes, vacuum cleaner really helps to do a sort of a first cut, like you're gonna see. Now, I use a steamer. You don't have to, but it really helps to sort of warm up and loosen up all the dirt before you hit it with the diesel for the stage 1. Last but not least, I use compressed air. And the reason for that is to hit some of the really tight spots. You can see right there, like you're gonna have a hard time getting in with the brush. But it also, once you hit it with the diesel, you get a lot of diesel all over the place. There's gonna be leftover, so it kind of really helps to give it a blowout before you hit it with stage 2 with the degreaser, so you can get rid of all of the leftover diesel before you do that. So basically, the process is very easy. You take your diesel, there we go, we're gonna put it right there. It's very dirty, there we go. And you just kind of go over all of the pieces that you've got. All right, that loosens up all of the dirt. You're gonna see I've already done that here, but you know, we've got a little bit of dirt left over here. You can kind of, here we're gonna do that on the inside here. Diesel does a really good job of cleaning. Now, a word about protective equipment: wear gloves, wear goggles, and I would strongly suggest wearing a mask of some sort, because once you start blowing this stuff around, you don't really want to be breathing in the diesel. Okay, there it is. Like I said, a little bit of a tight spot in there. Gonna clean that up. Okay, that's our stage 1. Fairly straightforward. Now the first thing I'm gonna do here is get a rag and just kind of wipe everything down. And that just kind of takes away all of the big dirt. There it is. It's nice and easy. Like I said, you're gonna see a lot. You're gonna have a lot of this left over, and sometimes it's gonna be pretty hard to get in with the rag to try and get that out. So the compressed air here really does a good job at getting rid of this stuff, right? Because it's already loosened up from the brush and the diesel. So we've got all that cleaned up. And now what we want to do is, so the diesel is going to kind of leave this coating on top, which is, it's not oil. but depending on sort of what finish you're going for, you probably want to get rid of it. So this is where stage 2 comes in, and stage 2 is not really necessary. You don't have to do it, but if you want to really clean this down, it will really help. So there we go. Like I said, just degreaser, give it a nice spray. I use a separate brush for this one. So the idea here is not really to take the dirt out. Hopefully you've done that with the diesel, with the stage 1. The idea here is to really kind of wash the rest of the pieces here, so that you can really get all of the final dirt out. So still picks up some stuff, right? So there's still going to be stuff left over behind the diesel, but at the end of the day, that's the result.